G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 7 of our beginner lightning caster Paladin playthrough. Where this episode, it's time to head up through the right hand side of Homestead, through the Blood Grove, and we'll probably do Darkvale Gate today. We'll see how we go for time, but it should be more than doable. In between episodes, I did do a quick run through the Warden's Laboratory for a few more Aether Crystals, and I also did a run through the Four Hills and Old Arcovia sort of region. Killed a whole bunch of Cronley's gang. I was hoping to find a new helmet or a replacement pair of shoulders of the incendiary variety. Unfortunately, the only helmets I got to drop were level 20 and were worse than this. So that is unfortunately not going to happen. I'm not going to reset and go farming. And I'm not going to bother farming Golus's rings or anything on this character either. I think this character is plenty strong enough without, and it would just basically slow us down. So what we are going to do is we're going to try and... we will be doing a little bit of farming this episode. The basic idea is that there are chaos totems in the next area. I think they're called Void Touched, but it's basically chaos stuff. So we're going to be farming those a little bit. You can see one there already, Void Touch Totem, the basic kind. Which means I need Chaos Resistance and Vitality Resistance and a little bit of Fire, but Fire is under control. And honestly, these are all pretty much fine. I can't remember if I took this off earlier and replaced it with the green, but I have put this on again, or maybe not again, but this is on now. That +4 to Steel Resolve brings us to 9 out of 10, and if you have a look at the bottom there, that is a bunch of Chaos and Aether Resistance, as well as damage to Chthonics and Eldritch. And I mean, the physical and all that kind of doesn't matter, but this is busted. This is really, really good. This is the equivalent of, what, 3 level 70 augments? And all I have to do is remember to push the button, so it's, you know, it's the equivalent of 0 level 70 augments, because I'm going to forget. But, yeah, it's really good. So I will be attempting to maintain that. There is a medal in, I think it's in the swamps in Ogden Bob. Ogden Bob sounds like a good name for next character. In the Ogden Bob, I did it again. I think there is a medal in the swamps of Ogden Bog. There we go, got it out. Which will increase the duration on the Word of Renewal by another 2 minutes. So that would put it at 3-minute duration. And honestly, if you can't push it every 3 minutes, you might just be me. Unfortunately, we kind of need Martin's Crest for the Fizz to Lightning conversion. So, yeah, it's no good for this build. But for any other Inquisitor, I didn't actually realize how busted this was. That's really, really good. And speaking of things that are busted, say goodbye to your totem. What I'm looking for here is, one, blueprints, but mostly what I'm looking for is the obsidian, the shield, the obsidian bulwark, I think it is, because that will add resistance shred to, I think it's the Rune of Callister that gets it. I probably should have checked before I started talking about it, but I didn't, so you have what you have. It is resistance shred, and I'm pretty sure it's on the rune, but it will be adding resistance shred to us, so I want to get that. And the easiest way to do that, there's 2 ways. The fast way and the more risky way is what I'm going to call them. The fast way is to just farm Void Touch totems, which you can run through from the Blood Grove. There's a couple of totems here. You can run through the mill and up to the village. There'll be 2 or 3 totems in this area, plus the one here occasionally. So you can do those totems and then reset and come back in and do it again. Or you can head into the Chthonic area. Where are we? What must I do? Okay, I'll go get your dead dude. or you can head into the Chthonic area, which I may end up doing. The reason I say that's the dangerous option is you can't rift out. So if you get in trouble, your options are escape to menu or die. And there is no third option. I mean, I guess you could run away. But you are much more likely to find the monsters that will drop the shield that is, in the Chthonic area. But it is more dangerous. So I think if I find it, I will probably poke my head in. And objective number 1 when you do that is find the exit. And you will find the obsidian dudes in there as well. I want to call them obsidian monoliths, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, we'll find some, we'll blow some up, and we'll get the shield. And it doesn't really matter which way you go. You can go into the Chthonic area, you can do totems. Both options will work just fine. And I'll probably end up doing both options, to be honest. But for now, I need to get my hands on some Chthonic Seals of Binding. And also some of these Black Legion insignias. You can see a few of them over here. There's a totem, so I'm going to do the totem. And what do we got? You guys can go away, please. And those crystals up there also need to go away. There we go. Okay. Do keep an eye on the map so you can pick up these Black Legion insignias. You want to have at least 5, but more is better. And you want that before you leave this area. So then if you have more than 5, you can put them in the bank and you don't have to find so many on Elite. What I've seen some people do is you can... Hang on, let's just pull this up first. What you can do is you can put 5 of them in the bank, where you can, you know, reset your client, reset your instance, come back, get more, reset, get more, and then eventually, once you've got 15, you never have to click on them again. You can just bank them until Elite and Ultimate. But that sounds too much like work, so I'm not going to. I am, however, kind of interested in these gloves. If they had 20% Chaos Res on them, I would probably use them. The other thing to talk about, we have hit 34, so let's go ahead and... That's not the one I want, that's the one I want. This is hardcore, so I'm actually going to change and deviate from Crab Turtle's plan, and I'm going to max out Inquisitor's Seal, because I don't want to end up dead. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The other thing I was going to mention is level 35 is the level at which you get access to the base game's faction items at level 35. Their respected reputation is required. I think the only piece I'm going to end up using is the boots from Homestead. Which reminds me, where are we up to with Homestead? Yeah, I'll turn in literally any quest and we'll be fine. So, I will almost certainly be using those. Where's Bolvar? I haven't seen him. There are a few other items as well, so if... I was going to say if you sided with Kaimans, but you can't, so that doesn't matter. Devil's Crossing has a hat, which is actually pretty good, but we're about to get a much better hat that will allow us to convert the other portion of our damage to lightning, so we can't use that either. So realistically, we're looking at the boots and maybe gloves from Homestead, potentially gloves from the Rovers, and then maybe the chest piece from Devil's Crossing. So normally, level 35 is a massive level. We're also looking at the belts. So +1 to skill level belts begin coming up for sale as blueprints at level 35. I think there isn't one for Paladin. So Inquisitor is going to be dropped in the Ugdenbog or bought, I think, from the Coven. And then Oathkeeper is going to be dropped in the End of Forgotten Gods. or bought from, I want to say, one of the witch cults. Don't quote me on that one, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, how many dog tags do we have? We have 5. And we have the remains for the Death's Vigil, so we'll go and talk to them. Do I want to bother? Yeah, I kind of should. I'm not so fussed about putting on the Explorer's set for this character. With the Purifier I'm playing at the same time as this one, I really want the levels, and so I'm much more happy to spend the time to swap these in and out every single time I turn a quest in. But with this character, this is considerably more powerful, I would say. Or at least it's doing more than enough damage that I don't feel the need to try and game the system for extra levels. I don't think this character needs it. Whereas with the Purifier, it absolutely needs every edge it can get. I do think it's coming good, but yeah, it needs levels. This one, not so much. So, what was I doing? I need... oh yes. I need to get my hands on Chthonic Seals of Binding. And we can get those in the village of Darkvale, and we can also get those, well, in the mill area, I guess. But, I am going to take a quick detour, and we're going to go get our new hat. And the good thing about the patch 1.2 changes is this enemy will be there because we chose Death's Vigil, and they will drop the hat every single time because monster infrequents are not exactly infrequent anymore. Which is good because it means I don't have to reset and come back 3 or 4 times to get the hat, but you know, some people don't like it. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so we can largely skip past all this stuff. These ones with, is it Stormbearers? One of them is going to start throwing lightning at me. That may be in the, there it is. The lightning guys can be a little problematic in terms of suddenly your health bar is gone. But it seems like these ones don't quite hit hard enough for that to be an issue. Alright. So in Fort Harron here, what we are looking for is, I want to say Sister Bravna, but I think that's wrong. Anyway, the NPC at the end will have our hat, and we're also here for 1 dynamite, and there will be a second one in the room with the NPC at the end. And you guys need to stop shooting at me, please. There we go. Alright, so here is... it is Sister Bravna, okay. So let's just stay in our seal. And we will keep the storm box on her, because that's going to be shredding her lightning resist. Which basically means we do more damage, which is what we want. And it's just going to take a little while. Alright, there's our new hat, and we've got not only a triple rare, but it's actually one of them is really good. Merciless is so-so, but of Squalls is really good. So we got a triple rare hat, which I'm, you know, pretty stoked about. I mean, honestly, that Merciless prefix is not great, but the rest of it's really good. What else did we get? Can't use that. That's rubbish, and that's rubbish. Okay. And you may have just seen at the top of the screen there, that is a lot of armor. And the other good thing about this... no, it's not good. Okay. I was about to say the other good thing about this is look at all that armor, and all of that fire stuff on the incendiary shoulder plates is about to become worthless. Unfortunately, the incendiary shoulder plates also have 40% chaos resistance, which is very much not worthless. So, I can't take those off, at least not yet. I would need to find 30% Chaos Res from somewhere. Now I could get that from a potion. That would be fine. And there is going to be some on the boots here in a second. Let's just get rid of all this. And I do like to check for rare rings here. Every time I come in, if you find, you know, a harmonizing or harmonious, you know, opal signet of whatever, you can get some pretty good rings just from shopping. Here we go. If I can get the stairs to work.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Nope. Gloves. Scorched End. We're about to change to lightning, so I want to stop buying things that are fire related. I only want to look at lightning. Where are my boots? Okay, so the Harvest footpads here, level 35. I'm going to buy those and we're going to wear them at 35. And then at 36 we get our fancy new hat. Am I interested in the gloves? Not really. It's kind of hard to get rid of those gloves because between the gloves and the shoulders, that's all of our Chaos Res. So I think I'm going to have to keep those for a while. But that'll be okay. I do have a Vitality Res pot. I think I had a Chaos one as well. I thought I had a Chaos one. But we'll be fine. Okay, back to the Blood Grove. And this time we're going to head to the left. We'll be killing more cultists until I have 4 of these actually, because I need to get this shrine. Actually, I'm going to go do that now. Why not? I've got one seal, which is what you need for that shrine, and I'll need to find 4 of them in total anyway. So we'll just do it now. Then I don't have to come back. In terms of devotions, where were we up to? I think Vulture, yeah. So we'll finish off the Vulture, and then we'll see what's up after that. I think it's Behemoth after that, but it's been a day or so since I've checked, so don't quote me on that. Okay, is this Bolvar? Are you Bolvar? You are Bolvar. Alright, and I do see the entry to the Chaos area right there. So actually we're going to be making a quick detour. And I'll be going in there, but first let's spend this. So we got very minor bonuses, basically. Okay, going into the Chthonic area, Vitality, Chaos, and Fire are pretty much under control. So I'm happy with that. Let's go in. Okay. Once I get a kind of a sense of where we are, I will know roughly where I need to go. So this area seems like it spawns monsters at random, but it's not entirely at random. Here we go. Obsidian Shale Bones. These are the guys we want to be killing. These are the guys that can drop our shiny new shield. We'll have to kill a few of them, but we will eventually get them. Okay, and we'll take care of this guy. That's 35, so that is new boots, which I'm just going to swap in now in the middle of a fight, because why not? What does this one do? This is a two-handed gun. I'm suddenly not interested. The other thing I'm looking for while I'm in here is I believe there is a exalted stash in here. So let's go ahead and stand on that. And I do want the exalted stash if I can find it. There may not be an exalted stash in this area. If there isn't, I want to get my hands on the treasure trove, if nothing else. There will be one or both of those in here, and it's just a matter of finding it. But the main thing we're here for is to kill these bad boys, because they have the shield for us. And honestly, at the moment, Infernal is not great, but Oath Protection is okay. We'll see if we can find a better one, and obviously we can't wear it till next level anyway, but that's decent. How is our movement speed? 130. Let's go ahead and cap that. That one. There we go. What else could we put on here? A little bit of Chaos Res on that. Attack speed, not really amazing. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. Okay, I do want to get a couple of other options for the shield. So this Obsidian Defiler is going to walk over all of these and go kaboom. There we go. You can see the exit just there. I actually thought this was the Exalted Stash because it kind of looked the same when it was cut off by the edge of the screen. Okay, and these guys are massively shredding vitality resistance, so keep that in mind. Alright, unfortunately nothing from him. May as well run around and just kill off a few more. This is a nice pack. I'm going to run away from it though, because it's maybe a little too nice. And we can just hide in the seal. And they will slowly march their way over all of these explosions. Okay, we did get another shield. This one has a decent chunk of chaos resistance on it. The other one has physical resistance, so 7%, and also has chaos res. So that's not too bad. I'm looking at the bonuses on that, and I'm not seeing the resistance shred that I was expecting. So let me just double check. Obsidian Bulwark. Okay, so there's a different kind of shield, which may actually not drop from these now that I'm looking at it. Had it in my head that they did, but we will see. Let's just take care of this Harbinger. Now you can see here, 31%. This curse anyway is not fun. Can you drop me a shield? I mean, I imagine you can, but will you drop me a shield? No shields. Let's just actually double check what drops that shield. Obsidian, Shaleborn, Defiler, Ravager. Yeah, so we are killing the right monsters. It looks like they just have two different options, two different shields. So that's fine, we'll keep killing them and eventually they'll drop it. There is also, if you look on grimtools.com and find the item, it will tell you which bosses will drop it as well. And generally speaking, you can just go to wherever those bosses are, and then they will drop it 100% of the time unless they have multiples. So they are definitely a good option to farm as well. Alright, we can take these guys out. I haven't spent skill points from 35, so let's do that. And one thing to note as well about these guys, they hurt. So their physical attack is actually quite damaging. Here we go. Question mark? No. Same one again. That's alright, we'll keep killing them. Eventually they'll drop one. We've just about explored all of this area. So potentially I was wrong about the treasure trove, or I just walked past it. Because it does look like I've either missed it or there wasn't one. You know what? You guys can... I mean, I'm gonna blow them up. Okay. Got any more of them obsidian destroyers or whatever they're called? It's not looking good. I may have killed them all. That's fine, we can go do totems as well. Yeah, looks like they may all be dead. And from memory, the exit was sort of down to the south. Kind of down here-ish, I think, from memory. There it is. Okay, got a bunch of shields. Unfortunately, none of them were the correct shield. So we will have to head back up to the Blood Grove, and we'll do the other totems in the area as well. I don't think there's anything from Benevold's secret shop that I particularly care about, so I'm not going to bother heading over there.
Yeah.
Does look like the totem is not going to be up this way. So this is one potential spawn location for a totem. Here's the other one, and I think we already had one as well, so this might be the only other one. There's one of our seals. Good, good, good.
Skill's not ready.
Okay. And now everyone's favorite totem destroying tactic. Hopefully this isn't too boring for people watching me stand here and load up a bunch of... Alright, what do we got? Reflective. That's fine. Okay, Spirit Bane. This is probably the best potion, in my opinion. The only other one that might come close is the Chaos Resist potion. I like to have both of those. If you can get both, great. And let's see, the Herald's Jacket is quite good. If you can get 2 or even 3 pieces of this set, it's actually really nice. And I think, just looking at the stats on it, I think the 40 armor and a bunch of extra health is better than that lightning proc, so I'm going to wear that. I don't think any of the rest of this is good. Maybe the boots, but my current boots are giving me a bunch of resistances, and as you can see, I'm really bad at pushing that button, so I do need Aether and Chaos Res without having Word of Renewal active. Alright, let's see if we can't get another seal in here. Nope, that's fine. There's plenty more cultists to kill, including just down here we have the mill, which should be popping into view any second. Here it is. So I've taken the scenic route, unfortunately, but it's alright, we'll get there. And yeah, I'm not seeing the totem in the secret area showing up on the map, so I think it's not there. Okay. I'm more worried about these guys, the Harbingers, because they shred resistances and they also explode on death. So I'm going to focus more on them. The little things will just kind of die by accident. Are we done here? It looks like we are done here. Which means it's time to head to Darkvale Gate. And I think what it actually means is it's time to reset and run those totems again. Because I do want the shield. Storm's Edge is meh. Yeah, I'm going to reset and we're going to do those totems again. And then if I don't get the shield this time, I'll just farm it between episodes so you don't have to watch. But I do want it. Okay, so I don't need any of this stuff. I think we can get... Was that the Herald? No, Mask of Delirium. I do still need my 3 Chthonian seals. So I do want to hang on to that. And I already checked for potions. I don't need that. Although that was an Amulet of the Grove, which would be great if it also had Inquisitor skill levels on it. It doesn't, so we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so we are halfway to getting that. I'm actually really looking forward to it. What can we put on our gloves? Unholy Inscription. is a good idea. So that's going to be bleeding and vitality resistance. And that just leaves the chest, and I think I sold my scaled hide.
It's safe with me.
So I guess we have to make another one. Which means we need a bristly fur. And there we go. Okay, I'll try not to sell this one. Alright, let's... May as well use these. We'll turn the couple of quests in, if I can actually talk to the person. Okay, Arcane Bomb rank 5 is good. Definitely approve of that. And then I think we're done there. Yeah, really looking forward to this. Okay, so when I'm farming the totems here, and I'll do this at level 100 as well, I'll poke my head into Sorrow's Bastion here, because you can see the totem from the rift. If it's not here, then you just immediately leave. Sometimes you won't see it, like it won't show up on the map until you've been kind of standing around for a second or two. So it can be a good idea to kind of, I mean, just pretend this tree is a rift. When you rift in, to just pop your map and then move and then have a look, and if it doesn't pop into view, it's not there. Alright. These guys are kind of spread out. Let's see if we can't group them up a bit. They should all chase us and make this really nice pack. Or they'll just die off screen. That works too. Okay. So we're going to do the old trick of surround the totem with all of the little explodey puddles.
Yeah.
And then we just blow them up. So the good news is... New shield? Hey, new shield, there it is. Okay, Infernal's not great, Fortitude's okay. And the rest of this I don't really care about. We did also hit 36, so new hat. And there's Juggernaut, which is probably the best leveling relic in the game. But that's not important right now. What is important is this shield. So that bottom line that's lit up there, 24 reduced targets resistances for 3 seconds to Rune of Callistor, that is a massive boost in damage. So that's really nice. We've also got some Fizz res, some Chaos res on that. Yep, that's really, really good. And this is going to convert the fire damage on Rune of Callistor to lightning. So we do 100% lightning damage now, which is really nice. And also, I no longer need to use Word of Renewal to cap my Chaos res, which I'm a fan of, and same for Vitality and Fire, although Word of Renewal doesn't help with those. Anyway. Right, don't want that. Not really interested in that. I do need to get a component for the shield. And may end up using... Is it silver or salt for Aether res? I can't remember. Let's go have a look anyway. We can definitely move on now. So this shield will be good enough, and we will get other ones as well. But this will do for now. So let's have a look. Lightning damage. I think Amber is probably going to be our best bet for the weapon. Enchanted Flint no longer does anything. We don't do fire damage anymore. So that's useless. We don't use guns or caster offhands. This is basically a worse Amber. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to put Amber on... Can we put that on both? Yeah, we can. I think that's probably our best bet. Which is kind of sad, actually. That's alright. It's better than nothing. 25% lightning. It does give us... I think it's greater lightning as well. We'll keep the item there. Chuck an amber on there. And... Where are we? Empowered lightning. Yeah, so we could do some lightning spam in between. But I'm lazy, so I'm probably not going to. Also, don't really know where I would put it.
Goodbye for now.
Okay. Let's go ahead and sell all of this. I will check for any rare rings, and then we will go and make our way through Darkvale Gate.
See you around.
Okay, nothing extra. Right. So Inquisitor Seal is almost maxed. I'll put one more point in there next level. This is really good defense, pretty much all the way to 100. That damage absorption is applied after all of your other defenses, so it's after resistances, after damage absorption, or after percent, after armor if that's being used. It's really, really good. So even though it looks like a small number, it is very effective. Okay, we're still actually looking for Chthonic Seals of Binding. Now, Darkvale Village is a really good place to find them, so let's go blow up some cultists. You guys don't have yellow names, so you're not going to have what I want. You, however, do. And we have changed the color as well. Very nice. I was hoping that would happen. I'm pretty happy about that. You have a yellow name, so give me... Nope. Okay. Unfortunately, no seals of binding, but like I said, this place is absolutely crawling with cult members, so we will find some, most likely. I did notice we got an extra ball coming out as well. So we now have 6 lightning balls instead of 5 fires, which is pretty nice. And we are now fully a lightning caster. And we even look the part too. I was a little bit worried that we were going to end up with this still looking like fire. And it would look silly. Because aesthetics are important. Okay, none of you guys got seals. This is getting a little bit embarrassing. Doesn't seem like any of them have seals. There's a lot more of them to come, especially in Darkvale Gate. There's a whole castle full of them. But I would like to get this done. Alright, so dynamite's always here. This is the way I come pretty much every time I come through here. Grab the dynamite here. Potentially the treasure trove could be here. It's not today, which is fine. We will find it. Starting to think these guys don't know how to summon Chthonians, because none of them have the seals of binding. Potential just here. There's one. For the treasure trove as well. And anyone who's been here for a while knows that this is one of my favorite areas to farm as well. And one of the major reasons is that treasure trove and dynamite, because you can endlessly sustain it. So you come through here, you pick up the dynamite, you use the dynamite you just picked up to pop the treasure trove, and there's our seal. And then you just do it again, and you don't have to craft additional dynamite, you don't have to worry about anything like that. You just come here, you pick up the dynamite, you blow the trove open, do it again. Alright, that's enough out of you. So I now have the seals that I needed. And I am ready to go turn that in. I think the next quest is going to send us to the bottom of the mine, which is not really somewhere I want to go on hardcore, but it should be fine. Here's my treasure trove. This is the last place it could have been. So I got the last spawn. Now, hopefully this time I remember to actually click on the devotion shrine after I kill Zarya. And I do strongly recommend that you do not touch that devotion shrine until you have killed Zarya. Because if you start a fight here, Zarya's right there. She's going to decide that she wants to be part of it. And then she's going to come over and start putting crystals down, and it's going to be a bad time for everybody involved. And by everybody involved, I mean you. Okay, her crystals actually died really fast there. It's the second time that's happened. I think they may have been nerfed with 1.2. Especially considering the last time it happened was on the purifier and they melted instantly, so I don't know what's going on. But I guess I'm okay with not exploding to Zarya's crystals. That was actually my first hardcore death. Or at least my first hardcore death that wasn't in Act 1. Okay, what do we got? Health, Energy, OA, Offensive, Vitality, Chaos, Cunning, Spirit, OA. I think we take the Health. And we'll keep filling this out as well. And then I think we get the Behemoth after that, but I will check. Okay, into Darkvale Gate. Now the boss of Darkvale Gate is honestly the only thing that actually scares me between probably Voldrak is the last thing that actually scared me. Or maybe Ravna. And by scared I mean, you know, there's a chance you could die. Thalnosh, the boss of Darkvale Gate, is pretty much the only scary thing between here and probably Volgorian. Maybe Lucius if your damage is really bad, but yeah. He's probably the scariest thing for a little while. But I think we're going to be fine, actually. Let's go turn this in, then we'll head down to the bottom of the mine, then we'll do Darkvale Gate, and that's probably going to be about an hour. So that'll be an episode, I think. Alright, what do we got? Master Varuk. Here's your seals. And I will gather the essence. Yes, I have to go to the bottom of the mine. Which is not really somewhere you want to go. If you're playing on hardcore and you're not confident heading into Morton's Claim, I 100% understand if you just don't accept that quest or abandon it. Because this area is sketchy. This is a very dangerous area. There's a lot of 8th fire on the floor, and one of the first things I said when I was making my hardcore Death Knight guide was, we don't go in here. I deliberately picked Kaiman's Chosens, specifically so as I wouldn't have to go in here. And once you kind of know what you're doing, it's safe-ish, but for newer players, this place will get you killed, for sure. Okay. There was absolutely no reason for me to go onto that area, especially now with the increased pickup radius of just everything. You almost don't have to go onto most of these areas. Let's just stand in our seal while we wait for everyone to die. There are 2 dynamites in this area, and they were here every single time. There's also a ton of 8th crystals. If you are at that awkward level where Warden Krieg's lab has stopped scaling, so you can't get crystals there, and you haven't unlocked the elite Warden Krieg's lab, this is an okay place to get a bunch of crystals. Do be aware though that this is a very dangerous area, obviously. Alright, I think she should go down relatively easily. If she would just... There we go. There we go. Finally triggered them. Alright. What did we just pick up? Flesh-swapped cask? No. No, we can't be using that. And these shoulders... The ice spike is not horrible, so... 24 reduced targets resistances. This is all resistances. Do you mind I'm talking? So you are shredding cold resistance as well, so this would be okay-ish damage. 40% Chaos Res would not uncap me anymore. So I think I am going to swap that. Also, you get these really cool pauldrons. Well, really cool. I will swap that Silk Swatch over after I kill this guy over here. Okay. So here is Venarius the Backbreaker. Let's go ahead and shred his resistances and... Oh, he sunders. Lovely. It appears to not really matter. Alright. We're done here. I actually thought they had put that in normal. There's a shrine here in, I want to say in Elite and Ultimate, but definitely in Ultimate. Dynamite at the back here is always here, so you can grab that. And that's it, we're done. So I'm going to go grab my Silk Swatch back. We'll go turn this in, and then it's Darkvale Gate o'clock.
Shall we?
Okay, there we go. And as long as I'm in the area, we may as
Come see
well
what's left of
sell
Darkvale.
all of this rubbish.
All in
There we
one
go.
spec.
And since I'm not going near a bank anytime soon,
Skill's not ready.
we will stash all this as well.
Stashed. I'll hold on to that for you.
Okay, back to Sora's Bastion. We'll turn this in. They will send us to get the ashes in the Tomb of Bartholem. And everybody will have a wonderful time. Alright, next step. Slay Karoz, the Sigil of Chthon, or Chthon, depending on who you talk to. Okay, next quest I think is up this way. This is just going to be go get the ashes, so there we go. I will gather the ashes. Before we do that, however, do we have respected yet? We do not. Okay, so I don't think there's anything here that I particularly want. Lightning damage is not really their thing. No. Arcanist is not really what I want. I do want the Black Tallow for sure. And the rest of those components at some point, but not yet. Alright. Darkvale Gate. 3 major resistances you want in here. You want Vitality, you want Chaos, and you kind of want Fire, but Fire is less important. Pretty much everything I have is maxed except for Bleeding, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go to Darkvale Gate. I'm also pretty happy with the damage of this build. I'm pretty sure Thalnosh is going to be maybe not a pushover so much, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay, we are starting to collect the seals, which is good. Let's go ahead and spin the camera for one of the rare occasions where it matters. Did pick up a blue this time, which is nice. Normally you don't get anything from those little chests. Having said that, it's a two-handed sword, so I mean, literally who cares. But hey, blue item. Okay, there's not a huge amount of stuff on this bottom floor. You can get some lore notes and such, but realistically, not a massive amount of stuff. We'll kill this guy though. There we go. And these explosions are definitely doing a decent amount of work. Let's see if we can just get them to just, you know, just take a step over here. There we go. And then they all got blown to pieces. I am still looking for a better shield, so I will do this shrine. And I'm pretty happy with getting that dynamite. A lot of the times you'll have to go way out of your way to get that, and it's not worth the time, but got lucky this time. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to punch you until you die. Alright, and everybody needs to stop coming through this door. I'm busy with the totem. Okay, this should be even easier now. Since we are single damage type, and we also have additional resistance shredding, this should go back to just everybody dies instantly. Is there someone on the other side of the wall? There is. That is one thing about these shrines, this one and the one on the next floor, which may not be there. They can put monsters on the other side of the wall, which kind of sucks. Royal Jelly Essence, that's a really good one to have. Okay, a little bit of a conundrum here. So, Word of Renewal is really nice to have that extra 4% healing on, and +3 to Steel Resolve is also really good. But +1 to Inquisitors, +1 to Stormbox, and Lightning Stuff on it, that's also very tempting. That's not... Yeah, I don't think any of this is particularly amazing. Aether Res is one that I need, so I think we'll leave the rest of it, but maybe change that weapon. Alright, and that should all pretty much die. You know what, let's just go down. I don't think it's worth heading back in this direction just to get that one hidden chest. I think it can stay where it is. Let's go get us a Thalnosh. Every time I hear his name, I'm reminded of Nosh Bean sprouts from Oxygen Not Included. I don't know why it pops into my head. Well, I mean, it's obviously the Nosh, but yeah, I don't know when I made that connection, but it's just every time. Okay, another little hidden area here. Again, you're probably not going to get anything good from this, but you never know. You might, and it's fun, so I'm doing it. Alright. I think we're going to kill these. These Harbingers are honestly probably the scariest thing in the area, aside from Thalnosh. And they're dying in more or less one hit, which is nice. Ooh, ooh. Hello, boys. Drop me a shield, please. Or multiple shields. And kaboom. No shield. Not even one. I've been robbed. Okay, going in here, I want Vitality Resistance capped. I want Chaos Resistance capped. I kind of don't really care about fire, but he does do some fire damage, so I do want that as well. And all of that is under control, so I'm not even going to go looking for potions, which is very unusual, because normally I stock up on potions for this fight. Alright, do we wipe out half his health in one go? Not quite half. But as long as we keep the Stormbox going, that will keep his resistances shredded. And I'm just going to keep stacking up more and more mines while he's doing his little freak out. And honestly, he should die before he gets... Yep, I didn't even see the tentacles, I didn't see his crystals. Plenty of damage. Very happy with that. This is the second time I've got to him and he's dropped pet-related MIs with pet-related affixes on it. I mean, the Void is obviously not, but Wraithbound is pretty good. Okay, as I mentioned, every time I kill my good friend Thalnosh, when you do kill him, make sure you leave and make sure you get the Rift Gate, because if you don't, then you have to run through an empty castle, and it is incredibly boring. So I'm just going to duck down here and grab the Rift Gate. But yeah, that'll be about it for this episode. So we made some really good progress, but thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And goodbye for now.